Welcome to the design guide for the new mobile adhesion banner unit. Now this is a pretty simple unit in its construct. If we do a quick preview, typically it's a unit that's anchored to the bottom of the mobile device, and we'll scale this down for mobile type view. And it's basically a persistent ad unit, meaning that if you scroll up or down on the content here, this ad is always going to remain on screen until you navigate away from that page. Now we do have an optional close button built in that you can include if you want the users to be able to tap it and close, but that is not a mandatory and not necessarily recommended feature. So how does this unit work? First things first, let's come down to our step 4 settings, where you can actually custom configure the height and width of both the portrait and landscape media that you're going to upload. So if you tilt your mobile device to be portrait or landscape, it'll actually draw and pull a different media asset, so you can optimize the view of the ad on both landscape and portrait mode. In this case, we have our default height and width for the portrait set to 320 by 50 and the default for the landscape at 480 by 50. We recommend keeping at least these two widths constant, 320 and 480. The reason is that is about the minimum size for most mobile widths, and if you make it any bigger than that, you may get cut off on smaller screen mobile devices. It's up to you, but we recommend leaving those as is. Now, whatever you've set these heights to and widths, when you're uploading media here in step 1, our ads are optimized for what's called retina display, which is basically a 2x magnification for any images you're uploading. This enables high resolution playback and viewing of any images that you're going to upload. So the way this works is whatever you have the container height and width set to, let's say you stuck with our 320 by 50 in this case, the images that you're going to upload here are going to be 2x that size. So if you have a 320 by 50 container, you're going to upload a 640 by 100 image for the portrait, and if you've used 480 by 50, you're going to upload actually images that are 960 by 100. Our system and the mobile phones will automatically scale those down for optimal high resolution viewing. Next up, you have an optional close button, as we mentioned. You can make this any size you want. We have a 30 by 30 default. Right now it's turned off, so you don't even see that when we preview the ad here. There is no playback button. Now, next up, your colors. Right now we have a background color, and what this does is it allows the ad to appear to be full screen no matter what width the device you're viewing it on may be. So you're typically going to select a background color when you're building your actual images, and you're going to use that same background color here, so that if the device is bigger, the image that you upload is always going to be centered on the screen, and you'll basically have a same color bar to the left and the right, which will kind of make the unit always look like it's a full width for the unit itself. Here's a quick preview on a mobile simulator. So here is the ad running on what would be a portrait view, and if we rotate that to the right, it'll snap in and grab the landscape image that we have in here. And again, whatever edge or additional room there may be on the browser is going to be filled in with that background color, whatever you select here in step 2. Click-through URLs, there's just one. So basically, you can have this tap to go on to any URL you like. If you want to turn this into a call, instead of HTTP, you're going to write TEL:// and then whatever 10-digit number you want. So 866-555-1212. That's all you need to do to turn that into a tap to call, as opposed to a tap to click on to a different URL. Step 4 now, your settings. We already went over portrait collapsed width and height, landscape collapsed width and height. Would you like a close button, yes or no? In the event that you do want a close button, we simply say yes. We currently have that set to 30 by 30 pixels. You can set that wherever you want. And what this is going to do is, by default, the close buttons is going to adjust to the browser right-hand corner, and the top of your media container. So as the screen would grow or shrink that it's being viewed on, that close button would hover and move with that. So on the tiniest of screens, you know, it would be down like this. But you can offset that if you want, make it farther to the right, to the left, whatever you like. So we'll turn that off again. And again, you've got your close button width and height, and then if you want to give it a horizontal and vertical offset, that's going to be from the right and top edge of the media container and the browser window respectively. Enable background color, we do recommend you do that so the ad always appears full screen, as we mentioned here with your step 2 color. And then last but not least, if you want to switch this to be a top floating unit as opposed to bottom, we simply replace this with top. Click save, and now this unit is going to be a persistent ad that always anchors to the top of your mobile device like this. If we go ahead and preview on the mobile simulator, we'll refresh here, and you'll see now the ad is on the top of the screen. So if I scrolled up or down, the ad would always be here on top, and if I rotate it again, the landscape view would now be on the top as well. So that's it for this particular mobile adhesion unit. If you have any questions, as always, call us at 866-467-2289.